Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another video. Today is celebration time because I uploaded 100 new YouTube videos in exactly 100 days. Now I set a commitment for myself to record, edit, upload and publish one video every single day for 1 year. So 365 videos in 365 days. Now I'm almost 1/3 into that journey and I thought it was appropriate to record an episode where I talk about what I've learned so far. I have a few notes, so sometimes I will look at my phone to make sure that I don't forget everything. So let's get straight into the content. First of all, let go of perfectionism. You will have to let go of perfectionism. If you want to record and upload one video every single day, you really don't have time to mess around and make everything look absolutely perfect. There is just no time for that. So you need to record something, edit it, and then at some point decide, okay, it's finished. I will just put it out there on the interwebs and hope that people will not shoot me or criticize me. It's just another video and nobody really cares. Like there's maybe 10 people who are going to watch it and maybe one person will notice that, oh, what you said there was a little bit off. And most people actually don't even know that you were not really satisfied with a particular part in your video. Sometimes I felt like, well, this is such a shitty video. I feel really bad about it. And then I put it out and then people send me DMs or text messages where they were like, oh, this is such a great video. So don't trust your own judgment necessarily too much. And also let go of your perfectionism, guys. It's really not that important. The only way you can get good at something is by doing it over and over again. And of course, taking feedback of your surroundings and yourself in order to improve, right? To keep improving. But it's really, really not that important. It's just a video and you have to accept that not everything you create is going to be a masterpiece. Because quite frankly, you can't create a masterpiece, I believe, until you've put in the time and the effort. Unless you're this insane prodigy with the biggest talent in the world. Maybe in that case, sometimes you put out something fantastic, but usually it's not going to be like that. Second point is sometimes you will really not want to do it. Sometimes you're like, at least I am like, man, do I really have to record another video? Do I really have to come up with a topic to talk about? I don't want to. Now, if you commit to something, it's important that you actually follow through. The only way to prove to yourself that you are able to keep your commitments is by actually keeping your commitments. So this is a great metaphor for life, right? If you set out to do something, then take responsibility for that and actually do it. Understand that, yes, of course, sometimes you will not want to do it, and that's okay. You can take control over your actions regardless of how you feel. Sometimes I don't feel like doing it, but I still have control over what I do, so I can still decide to record that video, upload it, and make sure that I send it out to you guys because I love you. I want to take some time to appreciate all of you for being here with me. It's a privilege. It's honestly a privilege, and I am so grateful for everyone, each and every one of you who takes the time to watch my content. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, next. You'll get a lot more comfortable on camera. That is absolutely the case. If I rewatch my first videos, I'm a little bit awkward. I don't really know how to hold myself or, how to behave in front of the camera because quite frankly, it's a little bit weird. You're talking into this black hole in front of your face into a microphone that is, in my case, kind of big. That's what she said, but I mean, that's not what she said. Anyways, stupid joke. So you will get a lot more comfortable simply because of the practice. Practice doesn't make perfect, but at least helps you get closer to mastering your craft. So keep practicing. Whatever you want to do, make sure that you include it in your daily, preferably daily routines. If not, make sure you include it in a weekly basis because repetition is the mother of all skill. That's it. Repetition is the mother of all skill. So you have to add in the practice and commit to practicing regularly, because if you practice intermittently, nothing's gonna actually like come from that, but you know that. All right, here are a few more personal points that I wanted to share. So I prefer to create videos where I can just flow rather than preparing incessantly for a specific topic and write scripts, etc. Whenever I do research about a certain topic and I want to write a script and I want to make it like perfect, quite frankly, even though that doesn't exist, I know that. Anyways, I feel a lot more resistance, tension. It's more difficult for me. It's not as smooth as I want it to be. And whenever I record something that I can just talk about in a free-flowing state, that is what I like the most. That also requires the least amount of editing. I don't have to constantly like cut stuff. And I just feel great about doing that. Now, if you want to grow an audience on YouTube, it's really important that you find a balance between searchable topics and your own stuff, right? That is the advice that all YouTubers basically give, especially to starters. It's find searchable content, which is actually the things people type into the search bar and they look for answers to specific questions, right? So those are the videos that I create, which have a lot more search volume. People looking for these videos. People are actually looking for these videos. The other free-flowing videos that I talk about whatever, people don't necessarily go look for those, right? So they cannot really find my channel through those videos. So it's important to find a nice balance and to put in the work. Like, I don't necessarily always enjoy creating videos around searchable topics, but these are the videos that bring in the most people. I mean, a few of my free-flowing ones do, but now my other ones start to pick up a little bit. So that's definitely important if you want to grow a subscriber base, an audience. If you want to grow an audience, you have to provide answers to specific questions. So the next point is, every time I prepared too much for video, it didn't work out. The weather, oh yeah, okay. So sometimes I wanted the video to be, again, perfect. So perfectionism is a really like a pain in the ass. You want to address it as fast as possible because it's going to cause you a lot of suffering. Every time I wanted the video to be like perfect, I wanted to find the right location and take all my stuff, my microphone and my camera, sorry, etc., my script. When I prepared like too much, when I wanted it too much to be perfect, always there was a reason that it didn't turn out to be that. Like the weather sucked, or I forgot my SD card, or my battery died, or whatever. There was always something. And then I had to figure out a solution on the spot. Let me tell you a story. So I wanted to record a video talking in the center of Budapest with my microphone because I want good audio quality. When I got out and I visited the spot, I realized there was so much wind. So I was like, okay, I can't do this because the wind will blow in my microphone. It will just mess up my audio. So then I decided to, okay, I'll have to accept it. I drove around the city trying to find a place with not too much wind, but I didn't find any. So I came back to my place and I recorded like 3 or 4 videos in one batch. And I felt very comfortable doing that. And it was a good session. I really enjoyed it because I had spent so much time looking for a good place that eventually I kind of like gave up, and I was, quite frankly, just in the mood to talk about whatever. I looked at my topics that I keep in my phone. So that's another thing. I keep a list of topics that I keep in my phone. So whenever an idea comes into my mind, I jot it down in my phone. And then whenever I am about to record a video, I just look through it sometimes. And then I'm like, oh, this one I want to talk about. And that moment, that day, I did that and I recorded like 4 videos in one time. And that was very nice. So if you're willing to let go of the perfect idea about your video, you will find solutions that can be remarkably good. Next point. I learned to verbalize my thoughts way more concise, which helps with my own understanding of the concepts I discuss. This is quite particular to the type of content I create, right? I talk about self-development concepts, relationships, emotions, mindfulness, all these things, philosophical ideas, etc. And by talking about these ideas, I learn to make them more concrete for myself. I get a better understanding of the topics that I address. So this is a personal, valuable thing for me because I want to be able to speak concisely. I want to be able to express my thoughts and ideas in a way that is relatable for you and that also makes it understandable, easy to digest. So this is a bonus point for myself as I'm creating these videos on a daily basis. Another thing, if I'm editing my own videos, my own face, I listen to my speaking and I notice my speech patterns. So there is certain subconscious behaviors you have that you will only notice if you watch yourself speak for many, many hours, right? I watch myself speak for a lot of hours. At the calculation, I don't know, it's maybe like 30, 40 hours of watching myself speak. So I notice a few words that I maybe use very often, and it can be somewhat annoying sometimes. And this is interesting because it's also the way maybe I talk in public or to other people or to my friends. And it allows me to become more aware of the way I speak and possibly improve my speech because I have ambition to speak for large crowds. I love public speaking. And if I can make my speech very concise by practicing and by actually creating a feedback loop with myself, I can improve on that skill, and that is valuable to me personally. Now we have a few technical points that I can address for those of you who are interested in starting your own YouTube channel or recording videos regularly. It's preferably create a batch of thumbnail photos and descriptions in advance. Thumbnails, they take up some time, right? Thumbnails are really important because they're like the advertisement for your video. If it's a shitty thumbnail, people are most likely not gonna click it unless you're like a big YouTuber and people want to watch your stuff because you built an audience. But if you're starting out, thumbnails are really, really important. So they take up a lot of my time. And those are usually the little things I really don't want to do. Like I love to share my thoughts with you guys. You know, I love to talk to you. I love my people. But I really don't like the editing the thumbnails and writing the descriptions. And there's actually quite a lot of work that creeps into publishing a YouTube video. Like for you, you just click it and you watch it for, I don't know, 10, 15 minutes and that's it. But there is, you know, the keywords and the tags and the description and the thumbnail and all that extra work. Sometimes I'm like, oh, this is like too much. It's not what I want to do. Anyways, it's very useful and helpful if you can batch thumbnail photos. At least if you want your face in your thumbnails, just shoot a lot and then edit them in bulk. So you always have some in reserve because sometimes you run out of time, and especially if you want to upload daily, then you only have 24-hour window to create a new video and sometimes life gets in the way and you need some quick, you know, like, I don't know, this little gun you have under your belt when your other gun runs out of ammunition. This kind of like the backup you want to have. So next up, editing takes up most of the time. Shooting a video, it's maybe like 20 minutes, half an hour talking, thinking about it a little bit. Maybe the videos that I do more research on takes a lot more time to prepare, but the editing is the part that takes up the most time. I edit in iMovie. It's a great software. I really like it. It's very user-friendly and it runs great on my 2013 MacBook, which is amazing. Like this machine is still working fantastic. It's a little bit slow, like sometimes really slow, but it takes up most of the time. So creating YouTube videos, the editing will probably be your biggest time consumer. Lastly, make sure your batteries are charged, your SD cards have space, and double check if your sound is okay. You don't want to know how many times I was ready to roll and my battery was not charged, or my SD card was full, or my microphone didn't work, or my computer kind of like did something weird and my audio got messed up. Double check this stuff. Really double check this stuff because it's so incredibly annoying when you are in the mood, in the vibe, you get going and then you notice, technical error. No. So be prepared, double check. And you know, you will, like, even if I tell you this, people told me this too, you still forget it sometimes. It's okay. Let it go as fast as possible. Just start again and you will save yourself a lot of headache and suffering. We want to be peaceful, calm, and centered. So that was my ramble on what I learned creating 100 YouTube videos in 100 days. I hope it was entertaining for you. I hope it was valuable for you. I hope you learned something today. Please let me know if you have any questions or if you're curious about more things in detail. Put your question down in the comments or share your own experiences with your creative process. I want to get to know you guys. I want to learn what are the things that keep you busy and that keep you up at night too, because I think that is very interesting to know. Anyways, leave a comment down below, hit that like button, subscribe if you want more content like this, share it with a friend who maybe wants to start a YouTube channel and who wants to learn more about this process. Anyways, thank you for being here with me. And as always, thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.